Hey guys, Miss True Love coming at you today. Um, if you see at the top, it says, "Hey guys, I miss you," because we do. We miss you a lot. We it seems like forever since we got to be together in class, and um, we got an email yesterday, or you should have gotten an email yesterday, saying that they've changed our projected go back day, which would um, we're looking at in May now. So that seems like forever. For some of y'all, we miss you, missing seeing you in class, and but we still have goals. We have the same goals now as we had when we were on center, and our goals are to get you to be able to tape so you can get into your high school, so you can um, proceed with your trade, so that you guys can reach your goals for your personal lives, so you can make good decisions in your careers and in your future. With that in mind, we're going to touch on this subject here today, outreach and a goal. We're going to look at some capitalization. You're like, oh, Miss True Love, I know I got that. Well, it wasn't one of the top 10 TABE trouble areas, but when I was flipping back through TABE scores, this was something that we had quite a few that had this as a trouble spot. So we're going to just cover it. We're going to mark it off on the box. Done. Put a check mark there, and we're done. And we can just move on. So let's just do that. Let's move on. Let's get this over with. So capitalization. First thing we need to know is that you capitalize the first word of the sentence. You capitalize the first letter of the first word of a sentence. So in the little sentence provided in the little box over here, it says, pioneers pushed the American frontier westward. So pioneers is our first word, and we're going to capitalize the first letter. Um, I know a lot of times when we're texting and things of that nature, we don't have to do that, but we're going to do it in our formal writing, and um, it's just a good rule to know. Another thing that we always do is we capitalize the pronoun I. We don't see the lowercase I used at the beginning of a sentence, in the middle of a sentence, or anything of that nature. So whenever the letter I, the word I, is written independently of another word, like say like we have is over there, of course, that can be lowercase because it's in the middle of a sentence. But when I is all on its own, when it's just standing there, it has to get capitalized. It just needs that respect, okay, y'all? So we can see in these little sentences at the bottom, should I call you later? As uppercase, I think I'll call at 6 o'clock. All those I's are capitalized. Lewis and I shall both call you. I in that sentence is capitalized. And oops, I just remembered. I'm grounded from the phone. Don't have your phone taken away, y'all. Then we have proper nouns, and this is where we're going to spend the majority of our time talking about, which is proper nouns. And the remainder of our lesson, we always capitalize proper nouns. The proper nouns that we're going to discuss, they include days of the week, months of the year, names, things of that nature. But there's a big, long list of proper nouns and ways that things that you would capitalize and some that you wouldn't. So let's hit it. This is just a list of some of the types of proper nouns that we would capitalize. Titles before names, specific places, organizations, companies, product names, religions, languages, nationalities, holidays, departments, historical eras, regions of the country, course names, and titles of work. So that's a big long list. Let's just look at them, see when we would use them, when we wouldn't use them. So let's look at titles before names. So we have over here Professor Stone. So this is a specific professor, and we're giving him his credit because he worked hard to become a professor. But um, but if you were just to write this sentence, I went to see the professor, you don't have to capitalize that because you're not speaking of a specific professor. You're just talking about a professor. Then we got old Uncle Buck over here. Uncle Buck uncle would be capitalized here. It's talking about a specific uncle. But if we just say I have an uncle, we're not going to upper capitalize that because it's not talking about a specific uncle. You could say like I have an Uncle Charlie, so Uncle Charlie would be capitalized. We got President Obama here, so whenever we see the word president, and we're talking about a specific president, we're going to capitalize those. But if we're just sitting over there saying we're going to vote on president of the student council, unless we're talking about something specific, we're going to leave that lowercase. We got old Dr. Phil over here. Dr. Phil, he's a specific doctor, so we are going to make that uppercase. But if you're going to say, I'm just going to play doctor, or I'm going to the doctor, something very informal, that doesn't have to be capitalized. We're going to leave that lowercase. Then we got specific places. We always uppercase capitalize those. So Tito's Taco Palace. That sounds good about that right now. I don't know of a Tito's Taco Palace, but anyhow, we're talking about a specific restaurant. So all those words in that are capitalized because it's a specific place. But if I just said I wanted to go to a taco restaurant, I wouldn't have to capitalize taco restaurant. New York City. If I just that's capitalized, but if I'm just going to say I want to go to the city, I don't have to capitalize city because it's just a very common, very informal um, place. We got Legoland. It's a specific place, but if we're just going to say I'm going to go to a amusement park, we wouldn't have to capitalize those. Then we got Gadsden Job Corps. That's that, y'all. If we're just going to say I'm going to work, we don't have to. We don't have to capitalize those, but we have a specific place here. So specific places is something that you would capitalize. And then names of organizations. Those would be capitalized as well. Like the World Wildlife Fund, American Red Cross, Doctors Without Borders, and the Wounded Warrior Project. All those, because they're specific organizations, we are going to capitalize those. But if we're just going to say, I want to give money um, to a charity, we're not going to, that doesn't get capitalized. We're looking for specifics. These are very, capitalization has to do with specificity. I can't even talk today. Specific words, specific places, specific organizations um, that get capitalized. Then we also capitalize the name of companies like Starbucks and Coca-Cola, Apple and Burger King. Um, if I just want to say, hey, I want a Coke, we use that word kind of very generically, but um, if we're saying Coca-Cola, that's a formal name. That's very proper. And so that would be capitalized. If I was just going to say, I'm just going to go to a burger restaurant, I don't have to capitalize that. But when I'm specific and I'm talking about one specific restaurant, Burger King, I'm going to capitalize those. And then product names, um, Frappuccinos, that comes from those Starbucks over there. um, Oreos or a MacBook Pro. Those are specific products. But if I went to the store and I just wanted a cookie and I just I don't have to capitalize just the word cookie. But this is a specific cookie. This is the Oreo cookie. And I'll go get me my laptop. Well, a laptop is very common, but a MacBook Pro, that's something very specific. It's a brand name. So we would capitalize those. Religions are also capitalized, like Buddhism, Protestant, the Druids. All those religions would be capitalized if you whenever you write them. Languages, whether or not you're talking about the language or using it as an adjective, such as French fries, we could say, "Oh, hey, I want to go get some fries." But if we're going to be specific, we're going to say French fries. This is specific kind of fry, or a Russian boar. There's other boars as in a Russian boar. But we're being specific. And Spanish moss is specific. We're talking about a specific kind of moss. We're using those languages or those nationalities to describe a particular thing. And we're talking, the key word in all of this is specific. Very, very specific. Then we have our nationalities here, like the Brazilians, the French, the ancient Egyptians, Africans, and Americans. Those are very specific. Um, so those would be capitalized as well. We also capitalize the names of holidays like Thanksgiving, Halloween, 4th of July, Valentine's Day, and Easter. We also capitalize the names of historical eras like the Old Kingdom, the Great Depression, the Golden Age, and the Renaissance period. We also capitalize different regions of the country, like the Wild Wild West. I thought that was kind of cool to put that up there. The South, the Northeast, the West, the East, the Southeast. It could be the North. Um, whatever region of the country, when you're talking about a specific place, you're going to capitalize those. But that's the end of that. It was kind of I hope this wasn't too just common for you, but and that you can just check this out of your box. But to remember to visit IXL, which you go to IXL.com. Your username is your name followed by the number 1 at Job Corps. So mine would be Kathy1 at Job Corps, and your password is Joyful1. You can also find out more information about assignments when you visit the Google Classroom. And, um, and just so you guys, if you don't know it, I miss you. And also, it says right here, I love all of you and we miss you and we hope to be together again soon. I hope you're well. I hope you're finding some time to do some things that you enjoy that you might not get to do otherwise. And we're just making the best of this situation. And I'd love to talk with some of y'all. Send a message, say, hey, Miss True Love on Facebook, on our Facebook page. I got some bulldogs. I'd love to hear from y'all, see what you guys have been up to. And until then, I'll see you later. Sayonara. Adios. Goodbye.